So here we are on day 4 and it's time to get technical, but in a way that's totally doable. Today we're learning how to set up your files for printing so they look clean and professional. We'll talk about bleeds, that's that little extra margin that makes a big difference to a commercial printer, and I'll show you how to use the print ready templates I've provided. I've created these so you don't have to guess. Even if you're only printing a single card at a local shop, these tricks will make your designs shine. And trust me, there's nothing quite like holding a card you've designed in your hands. Tomorrow, we'll take the final step, getting your cards online so people can actually buy them. Let's get started. Having worked in the printing industry for years, I've picked up plenty of tips about setting up your files for clean, accurate results. Even if you're just printing a single card through a local service like Staples or Kinko's, it's great to know how to provide printers the files they can use with confidence. We'll specifically cover bleeds, what they are, why they're necessary, and how to include them properly in your design. A bleed is an extra margin of artwork around your imagery to ensure your design comes out with clean, crisp edges, without any little slivers of white accidentally showing up after being trimmed. I've provided print-ready layouts for your use in several apps, including Procreate, Photoshop, and Affinity Designer. These templates will ensure your card layouts meet professional printing standards while being easy to set up. Finally, I'll show you how I upload my files to sites like Staples to check the quality of your design. It's incredibly satisfying to hold your printed cards in your hands and see your hard work come to life, and it's a great way to check for flaws. Now, for the VIP sessions, we'll dive deeper into bulk printing for craft shows or wholesale, and even customizing the backs of your cards with logos or personal branding. So what I want you to do is go into your browser and you can type this in. You could probably find it in 100 different ways, but this is what I typed in: Staples Canva interface. Hit return and let's just take a look down here. Now the one I went to was this specific Staples one. There's one here for Canva, and I know that this is connected because you can see the word Canva here. When you click on it, it's going to take you exactly to where you need to go on the Staples website. So here, what I want you to type in is cards. You'll now have these different options in the drop-down menu. So the one you want to click on here is the cards and invitations. You can immediately go to this drop-down menu, and we're going to do a portrait folded card. So we're going to have a front and back, and we want it to be a vertical format. So we're going to hit 5x7 folded card portrait and then the big purple button. You can see that this is completely connected to Canva. Now, if any of you have used Canva, all of these are very familiar to you, I'm sure, but just in case you haven't used Canva before, I'm going to walk you through every step. I was explaining to you the whole idea of the bleed line, and you can see here that there's this extra area of space, and that's exactly what I was talking about. Now, looking here at this interface for Canva, it looks to me like it's more than 3 millimeters. It looks like they've added a 1/4 of an inch here, but I think we can still make the artwork that we created with the 3 millimeter bleed area. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my uploads button here, and what I want to do is upload an image. Now I have saved mine in a folder I call demos, as you recall. So this is the one I want to upload, is this Father's Day card. That was the Mother's Day card I did the other day, but this is the one that I know has the full bleed on it. So I'm going to hit upload for that. You can see it uploading here. When it's fully uploaded, it won't have that little progress bar on it. And now what you can do is just simply drag it over to your image area. Now I know I created it 5x7, so I know that the quality is exactly what I need it to be, and I'm going to enlarge it so that I can center this text frame between the bleed lines. So as you can see in my case here, I have this extra bleed line both at the right edge and at the left edge. Generally, when I'm creating these cards and I know that I've got this full folded card, I will produce it with the front and back together so that I can just upload one piece instead of uploading twice, which is what I'm going to show you how to do right now. So in the VIP session yesterday, we also created the back for our cards. So my next upload is going to be the card back that I created. This is the one that I generally use, and I'm going to hit upload for that. And again, you'll see the progress bar going across. As soon as that disappears, you know that it's ready to go. So this one has a white background on it. So I know that I can line this one up. I can still pull it all the way over, and in this case looks like I may have had a larger bleed. I want to center my image and center my logo between or across right to that center line. So if I was to move this over, you'd see that that is overlapping. So the white from my card back is going to perfectly block out that area. Now I've got some information here about myself. This is the text that we generally put on all of our cards. Nothing has changed here for me. When I'm creating these in real life, I will often add the background that coordinates or add a block of color in behind here. But this is absolutely ready to go, and I can go through with the process of ordering this. So here now I'm going to hit publish, and now we're taken here to this part of the interface that addresses any issues. Here you can learn more, you can find out about bleeds. This is the information that I shared with you already in yesterday's lesson, and I think that we're okay here, so I'm just going to say got it, and I'm not going to make any adjustments because I know I have already thought this through and I know that this is going to work out perfectly. I'm going to hit continue. This is just kind of a prompt for you to double check everything. I'm going to hit continue again. I like these little quotes that come up, and now I am 100% ready to actually place this order. So I'm going to add it to my cart. Now here you do have choices. Maybe what I would do here is choose the 100% recycled paper. You can definitely print examples of each if you want to test them out. I'm going to add to cart. And I know I'm going to be going back and ordering my Mother's Day card, so I have that ready for my mom when I get home. I don't have a coupon code or a business discount here in the US, so I'm just going to accept this. And honestly, $2.68 is still a pretty reasonable price to pay for a 5x7 finished card. Just think about it. If you go into Hallmark or even Walmart to buy a card these days, you're paying well over $5. I've paid as much as $8 for a card. So I'm thinking this is a pretty decent deal right here. We're going to be talking in the VIP session about how to bring this price down even more by bulk printing. But for today, this is perfectly fine. Now, let's say you had a father-in-law you also wanted to buy a card for. You could increase the quantity, but I'm happy with just this one. I'm going to hit checkout. I already have a user ID here, so I'm going to sign into the account. And apparently, I don't know my own password, so I'm going to hit continue as guest, autofill this. And the last card I ordered, I actually put it in my daughter's name because she was picking it up in Canada. So that may be the reason that I'm running into an issue here right now. And here I can set what store I want it delivered to. So I'm going to choose the closest store to me, and I apparently am on the Canadian site here. So if you were on the American site, you would choose your location based on that. So that's not so bad, right? It's easy to get your cards printed, and I really encourage you to try this because it's the best way to test your final prints. When you have that print in your hands and you can take a look at it, you're going to discover a bunch of little things that you didn't know before. One of the biggest things I think I discovered the first time I did this was that I had my type way too large and way too close to the edges. It would be fun to sneak into a card shop and just stick your card in amongst the other cards there and just see how it works when it's on display. I think that this is a really important test to do before you start selling on POD sites. But that's going to be tomorrow's lesson. I'm going to be showing you how to list on sites like Zazzle and Cardile. Those are my two best-selling sites. There are so many other POD sites you can list to. What I recommend is that you just pick one and stick to it.